Goodness, it's Friday, TGIF. I want to thank everyone that sent me in questions for interviewing myself. And I was sure I would do a full interview, but I ended up with appointments and interruptions that had to be looked after. And the questions are so rich. I really am going to hold them and set them up for a full interview, probably next Friday at my regular interview time. And I'm going to interview myself. I wonder if I should have somebody sit in and pretend they're me. No, I'm just going to play and interview myself, and it'll be an official interview. But today, I just wanted to share with everyone. I got nothing on the Facebook page, where I asked. And I think doing those little color memes probably just scares everybody off. But in my group, thank you for the support and playing with me. And I want to tell you what the questions were. Because, I got thinking about, okay, I didn't get an interview done today. I haven't quite got my life back together, wrapped around after my daughter's surgery and the driving I did, and I'm an executor on a will. It was just getting a bit much. So I just had to breathe and relax. And I thought, interesting. What would they want to know about me to interview? And here are the questions. And I'm going to read the questions, yes, and they're in the article. But I'm going to invite you also to just ask people, if you were going to interview me, what would you want to know? These are so interesting. And here's what I got. Linda Clement asked, what is the most inspirational change you have seen in a client? I was just so excited today to be speaking with a lady who had helped me with a client. And this partnership around clients is critical. And I hadn't really used it very well over my years. Getting old is good for something. I'm learning more about relationship. And we are just so good together. And she's young. She's young. Well, young for me, 50 or whatever. We are going to work together. But I had started with a fellow who was really down and out. I gave him some straight talk. That started to scare the Jeezies, the pajeezies, they'd say, out of him. And then I took him over to meet this other lady. And I saw him yesterday, I think, or Wednesday, in the parking lot. And he gave me the biggest hug, and he was just glowing, not the same fellow at all. Now, I would say that was a huge, and it's not the first one, but when I see that, when I see people just take that weight, that back off their shoulder, I'm still getting goosebumps thinking about it. Now, Margaret Rose asked me, are you satisfied with your life? What would you like to change in it? And what are you grateful for? And what is your greatest life achievement? Those are 4 major ones. So you can see now why this is going to be the quick little catch up. And next week, I'm going to interview myself. And I'll have some time to give a little thought. Now, Julie Mair, she asks me, how can we trust when there is just so many sophisticated deceptions happenings, and like in intuition versus fear? I've got some wonderful conversation around that. I'm so excited. Do you ever find that you don't know where the boundaries are? Where can we trust, and where is that trust and the fear? All of that gets stuff mixed up, and using our intuition and finding out, I thought it was intuition. Maybe I just wanted to do it. Riny Ledgerwood asks, what would you do differently if you could turn back time? That's always an interesting one. What would you do differently if you could turn back time? You might want to ask yourself these questions. They're written in the article. Ask yourself, and maybe sit with a good friend and ask them. Have a discussion around, do some automatic writing. Olmeca Rich, she states, it's not a question so much. It's nothing. My future is in my hands. So what would you ask me? Nothing. My future is in my hands. And so I put in behind that my comments, and I'll be giving those too. I love these questions, and I love that I stumbled into this idea, and I do invite you What would people ask you in an interview? Find out. And tune in next Friday when I interview myself. But for now, I have to be leaving in about 2 minutes. And it has been a wonderful week, and I am looking forward to a very busy and relaxing. Now, how's that for an oxymoron? A very busy and enjoyable weekend. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. I know that you can do it. You really can. And you know I can help. Take care.